What's up, guys? It's Dr. Jim. I'm your CBD expert, your natural healthcare expert, and your worldwide natural virtual health coach. I want to welcome you on to the live tonight as everybody is getting on. Definitely what I want you to do is I want you to put in whether you're watching it live or on the replay. You know, I love it. I love to know where you're coming in from, and I love to know if you're getting the full energy while I'm doing it live, or if you're getting it on the replay. Either way, I am glad you're here tonight. I'm feeling a little crazy. It's gonna be exciting. The topic tonight, it's a good one. We're doing, last week's video now has over 11,000 views. It was commented on over 400 times and shared like about 250 times. And that's awesome, but what it does is I get a lot of messages, and what it's great is it just feeds continual lives. So I get a lot of questions. I know what people are thinking, and I want to make sure that we answer as many questions and really help people out. So tonight's topic is what are the three most common reasons that you may be afraid to try CBD oil. All right. So a lot of people are really nervous about taking CBD oil. And it's because there's a lot of misconceptions, a lot of noise out there, and people don't really know who to believe or what to understand. And so I really feel like it's my job as a health professional, as Dr. Jim Holland, a chiropractor and natural healthcare expert practicing for 20 years here in Richmond, Virginia. I feel like it's my job to sort of cut through all the noise, clear up a lot of the confusion, and really help you understand more about CBD oil, and not just the benefits, but a lot of the misconceptions and what people are concerned about. And so tonight's topic is what are the top 3 reasons you may still be afraid to try CBD oil. All right. Now, as you can probably tell by I get really excited, I don't think you should be afraid to try CBD oil anymore, and I'm going to give you all those reasons tonight. Okay. So number 1. It has a lot to do with confusion about CBD oil and where it comes from. Now, there's 2 different types of CBD oil. There is CBD oil that comes from medical marijuana, or just marijuana in general, all right? Now, that's not what I'm recommending, so you can kind of get that out of the way right off the bat. But medical marijuana CBD oil has a high concentration, or a much, much higher concentration of THC. And as we all know, THC is the part of marijuana that gives you the high. And so in a lot of CBD oils for medical marijuana, there's a ratio of, as high as 1-to-1 CBD oil to THC, all right? And some of them are 4-to-1, 10-to-1. But the deal is that the THC from medical marijuana in CBD oil is very, very high. And that's not what I recommend. And that's usually what people are really afraid of. That's their concern, is they're afraid that, oh, I don't want to take CBD oil because I've heard all of, I'm not into smoking, we're going to go old school and call it smoking pot. I realize that all you hip, cooler, younger people call it weed or whatever. But in my day, we called it smoking pot. And people are really concerned about that. And that really scares a lot of people. So what I want to do is make sure that we know the difference and where it's coming from. So we're not talking about CBD oil from medical marijuana. It's completely different. It is much higher in THC, and that is usually people's concern. What we're talking about, and the person who shares this with you, what I recommend, the company I recommend, the CBD oil is derived from something called industrial hemp. Now, industrial hemp and the marijuana plant are very, very different. What makes industrial hemp great is it is the oil derived from industrial hemp has less than 0.3% THC in it per dry weight, which is literally like next to nothing, okay? But there's just this very minuscule amount. So you don't have to worry about THC or, oh my gosh, or when people say, oh, well, that oil has THC in it. Well, you know what? It has such a small amount. It's so small that it really is not going to have any impact. It will not get you high. It doesn't have any impact like that. So that's a really big distinction of the CBD oil that I recommend, which is from industrial hemp. So it has little to almost none or absolutely none on the THC scale versus the hemp or the CBD oil from medical marijuana, which is often very, very high in THC, and that's what people are afraid of. But I want to make you not afraid anymore that the CBD oil that I recommend has like absolutely almost no THC in it, and so no psychotropic effects. That's what you're looking for. It has all the good stuff without the part that you're afraid of. So number one myth and concern should be debunked now. You can message me and I will help you order CBD oil if you're on the fence. You can message the person who sent you this video and they can help you get CBD oil from industrial hemp. All right? That's the key. You want it from industrial hemp, not from medical marijuana. All right? So big difference. No need to be afraid. Number two, you are afraid to fail a drug test. That is a legitimate concern. So of course you'd be afraid to take CBD oil if you're afraid, like, listen, doc, I can't lose my job. I mean, I hear all the amazing benefits of CBD oil. I hear it reduces inflammation, it helps create more homeostasis in the body, and it relieves pain, and it can help with anxiety and sleep, and it can do all these amazing things. But doc, I mean, I drive a truck, I'm a police officer, I'm a nurse. I cannot fail a drug test, all right? So let's clear up that concern and that confusion, okay? So the company that I recommend has two versions of their CBD oil, okay? One is what's called full spectrum. Now, what do we mean by full spectrum? All right, well, what it means is it has all the parts, all right? It has, and I had to write these down because there's a bunch of, so there is CBD in it, okay, obviously, but there's a lot of different parts of it. There's CBG, there's CBC, there's CBN, there's CBDA, there's CBGA, and then there is Delta-9 THC in this very minuscule amount. Now, the reason I like the full spectrum is it has all the parts, and all those little parts all work together in what's considered what they call an entourage effect, working together, all the little pieces. It's kind of the way vitamin C or ascorbic acid, that's what it is, isolated down to it's isolated to ascorbic acid. But vitamin C actually works better when you have it with an entourage of bioflavonoids and other things that naturally occur with it. Okay, so that's why I recommend full spectrum. All right, but you say, doc, I can't fail a drug test. Well, then guess what? I now no longer recommend full spectrum for you. All right, because even though it is a very, very minute amount of THC in it, and technically it really shouldn't affect your drug test, it could. All right, therefore, I would never recommend the full spectrum if you are concerned about failing a drug test. Okay, now it shouldn't fail you, but it could, and therefore, to be 100% safe, the company that I recommend, and that many of the people watching and that will share this video recommend, they have a 100% THC-free version of the oils, all right? Now, what that makes it is what's called a CBD isolate, all right? So there is no THC, all right? None at all. You cannot fail a drug test taking it. If you look on the company website, they have the mass spectroscopy. I can't even say it, all right? But it's the test that tests exactly how much is in all this, the third-party testing, and you will see zero THC under multiple tests, all right? So you don't have to be afraid to fail a drug test when you take CBD oil from industrial hemp and it has been reduced down to just the CBD. You have the THC-free version. There is none in it. There is no reason to be concerned. Now, I like the full spectrum, and it's just because you get a whole bunch of other positive benefits along with it. But if it comes down to, well, I can't get the full spectrum because I get drug tested and I don't want to fail a test. Well, then you're certainly better off getting the THC free versus not getting anything. All right. So my belief would be that's a fear that we can put to bed right now. You can take CBD oil from industrial hemp that's 100% THC free. All right. And if you need it, you message me and we can help you with that. All right. What is the third concern? All right. What is the third big fear that a lot of people have when it comes to taking CBD oil? Well, you're afraid to order it because you don't understand concentrations and labeling. All right. Well, it's confusing. I mean, I did a video before. I mean, it is literally like the wild, wild west out there. They don't have good rules on labeling and what's in things and everything like that. So it can be very, very confusing. And what's great is I know the company that I recommend, the labeling is very, very clear. All right. And I know exactly what's in it. So if there's a 500 milligram oil and a 750 milligram oil, people go, oh, I don't know what to get. I'm afraid to order anything because I don't want to get the wrong thing. Well, guess what? You can't really get the wrong thing because guess what? The 500 milligram and the 750 milligram are the exact same thing. There is no difference in the product. The difference is in the concentration of CBD in that amount. All right, so in the 500 milligram version, there is 0.5 milligrams of CBD per drop. All right, that's how you think about it. All right, so if you do 10 drops, you just got 5 milligrams of CBD oil. All right, now in the 750, there's 0.75 milligrams of CBD per drop. All right, so the way to think about it is this: they're the exact same oils. So when people go, well, should I get the 500 or the 750? Well, I usually recommend start with the 500 because you don't know how much you're going to need to take. Now, if you find out you're going through bottles too quickly, then go up to the you can always go up to the 750. Or if you've been taking another brand and you already know you take a certain amount, well, maybe you get the 750 to start, okay? Because certainly I think you should switch over and try what we're doing, okay? But this is the idea. 3 drops of 500 has the same CBD as 2 drops of 750. So they're the same thing, all right? 6 drops of the 500 is 4 drops of the 750. 9 drops of the 500 is 6 drops of the 750. So it's really just about how many drops you have to take to get the same amount of CBD oil in it, okay? So that's really how it works, all right? So you don't need to be, now I will tell you there's a lot of labeling out there that's wild, all right? And you may be looking at, capsules versus tinctures versus oils. And you're like, well, it's hard to compare when you're looking at all three because if you take something that you eat, it has to pass through your digestive system. And we don't know how much CBD you lose before it actually gets into your bloodstream doing it that way, all right? There's different ways to do it. So what I recommend is an oil. It's a sublingual oil. You put it underneath your tongue and you hold it there for 2 minutes, and then the oil, the CBD from the oil absorbs into the capillaries, the small blood vessels in here, and goes right into your bloodstream. It is awesome. For me, I think it's the best way because you can really exact your dose. So you know exactly not only how much you should be taking, but exactly how many milligrams of CBD is giving you the result that you're hoping for. All right? So it makes dosing the simplest. So, when I usually give the top 3 reasons, I always I got to give you a bonus. I think you guys deserve a bonus. Give me some love and some thumbs up and likes if you think you deserve a bonus. So bonus number 4, all right, is that you're afraid that what if you take the CBD oil? Thank you, I love it, all the hearts. Bonus number 4, you're afraid that if you take the CBD oil, what if it doesn't help you with the condition that you're trying to take care of? Well, I understand that. That is a concern. But this is all I can tell you. You will never know until you try it. All right? You've got to buy it and try it. All right? I sound like Johnny Cochran. But you gotta buy it to try it. You know, that old saying is you're gonna strike out, or not only strike out, but you'll never hit a ball if you never take a swing. All right? You'll never hit the ball if you never take a swing. So what's the worst thing that would happen? All right? You try it and you're like, wow, that was amazing. You're like me, all of a sudden, you know, your poor little club feet, ankles, all of a sudden, you know, this weekend I ran 8 miles and, you know, 6.5 miles on back-to-back days. I've never been able to do that before my entire life. All right? I've been able to do that since I started taking CBD oil. All right? It's a game changer. So the worst thing that taking the CBD oil might do is it might give you all the results that you're hoping for. All right? What's the worst thing that it could do? Well, you'll be out a few bucks. All right? And you know what? I'm sorry. You know, that happens too. But you miss every ball that you don't take a swing at. All right? So I recommend buy it and try it. All right? So let's recap. So what are the 3 reasons you might be afraid to take CBD oil? Well, number 1 is we got to understand the difference between CBD oil from medical marijuana, which is high in THC. It's not what I really recommend. And CBD oil from industrial hemp, which has very, 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 very low THC, like less than 0.3%, almost non-existent. So that's a big thing. And so that's a big part of the issue. We recommend CBD oil from industrial hemp. So it has very low to no THC. Number 2 fear is that you may be afraid to fail a drug test. Well, I understand it. There's full spectrum oil that I recommend, and then there's THC free. If you are getting drug tested, all right, or you're concerned about that, don't chance it. Don't mess around. Even though I prefer the full spectrum, and I gave you the reasons why, go with the THC free version, and you will not have to worry about it. The topicals that I also recommend, also THC free. So you are 100% protected. It will not show up on a drug test because there is no THC in it, and that's what they're testing for, okay? The third reason is that you're afraid to order because you don't really understand all the labeling. 500, 750, people got all these different things. Just know that it's the exact same thing. There's more CBD concentrated in the 750 than the 500. They're the same size, same amount of oil. There's just a 0.5 milliliter per drop in the 500, 0.75 milligram, sorry, 0.5 milligram per drop in the 500. There's 0.75 milligram per drop in the 750. So that makes the big difference, all right? That's the only difference, all right? And then always the extra bonus. You're afraid it's not going to help with whatever condition you want? You got to try it. That's the answer. You got to try it. You'll never know till you try it. You miss every pitch you don't swing at. So go ahead and do that, all right? So get off the fence. Go ahead and make that order. You can certainly message me. I would love to help you, or message whoever sent you this video, and they can help you get whatever you're interested in and how you would like to get you set up taking the oil that I recommend. And they can also probably help you or message through me how much to take, when to take it. I've also done videos on that, included like on dosage. Go ahead and check out my YouTube channel. Go subscribe to it. It's Dr. Jim Holland. Go on there and message. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. It got a lot of videos on there. One, what's really good if you're new, is the dosage video. It'll really help you understand how to take it and how to go from there, okay? And then I've been launching some natural health programs featuring CBD across the country. There is virtual health coaching. If you're interested in diabetes, inflammation, or thyroid issues, and you would like me to help coach you, please message me and I can help you with that. Really excited for that. So I hope you got a lot of value out of tonight. Please like it, share it. These are going global. They're going everywhere. I'm getting messages from all over. Australia's always in the house. I appreciate it. Canada, England, Wales, you know, Ghana, like Kenya, like all over the world. So share it, like it. Please keep putting it out there because this information is really going to change the world. I'm looking for people to be on my team so that we can help spread it everywhere. So I'm looking for one person in every state. I don't want everybody. I just want one person. One really fired up, committed person in every state, and then one really fired up and committed person in every country in the world so that we can spread this message around and we can help get this oil to the people that it can really, really help. We can make a dent in the opioid crisis. We can make a dent in prescription drug abuse. All these kind of things. It's going to make a huge difference. So please reach out to me if you'd like to be on my team. I'd love to help you do that. And then, well, yeah, that's it. I hope you got a lot of value. Like it and share it. So just like I tell my son every night and every day before he goes to bed, before he goes to school, be your very best today. Hashtag never quit. And if no one's ever told you this, I believe that God wants the very, very best for you. And the day you believe that, it's going to change your life forever. Have a good night. Be blessed.